a scissor. Keep up a steady rhythm. Now cup your hands downward and move them in a figure 8 motion.
I'm treading water.
You got it. Never play around water alone.
Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
Stay close, Tony, so you don't get lost.
Hey, look at that. I can do that. Hey, Mike! Where are you? Mike!
Hey, kid, take it easy.
But I lost my brother and...
Stay calm. Think. Where did you see him last? Go back there. If he doesn't come back, ask a policeman for help.
Hey, it's Alpine and my scared brother.
It's not scary being lost if you don't lose your head. Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
Mom know you're cooking?
Nope, no one's home but me.
She'll know now. Fire!
Call the fire department.
Not from in there.
Blowtorch.
If there's a real fire in your house, your first job is to escape immediately. Fire spreads quickly. Call the fire department from outside the house.
From a neighbor's phone.
You got it. You're both safe.
Your advice really hit home. Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
Yo, it says a real American hero. I brought up the theme song. There's a 1-minute theme song, a real American hero, but I know there's been a whole bunch of Americans Medal of Honor and all this stuff, but is there any real American heroes? I mean, how many people died during the pandemic? How many people lost their grandparents, great-grandparents, if they were lucky enough in your disgusting society to even know their own grandparents? Like, every person I've ever talked to in my life, nearly, that their family was intact. Their grandparents, the best people that they ever knew when they're alive. I knew my great-grandparents on my mother's side, and I knew my grandparents on my father's side for a long time. And I'll tell you what, Ruth and John Snell, my grandparents on my father's side, that was actually my father's uncle, because my father's dad died when my father was only like 4 years old. He was raised by his uncle. I'll tell you what, Ruth and John Snell, best people I ever met in my life. They've all died They both died in the 7 years, the nearly 7 years I've been in China. But you know what? Just the loss of one grandparent for anybody from a conspired part of the weapons of mass destruction, biological warfare program that's all hidden behind the scenes, and 99% of it's top secret. You know what? Just one family losing one grandparent, just one child not being know who his grandmother was and his grandfather was, to the level of sophisticated engineering, recruiting, methods, and we can't disclose any secrets and methods. So much manpower put into all that shit. You're going to cause all these families to lose their grandparents. Parents are thinking our child's young. Oh, they're not going to grow up to experience their grandparents, when in their own mind they get such great thoughts personally about their own grandparents, their children's great-grandparents. It's so unacceptable. It's so fucking unacceptable. Like, straight up, the opinion worldwide, United Nations, should be, you got 3 days to release all the information, or we're taking over, state of national emergency, every CIA building, every FBI building by force, and everyone that was involved with covering this up or played a hand in helping to cover this up. If it's not all released in 3 days, every single one of you involved that played a part in the obvious cover up, you're all going to be executed immediately the very next day. That's what the fuck their opinion should be at this point. Like, goddamn, like, you know, Whoopi Goldberg made the stupidest comment the other day saying "deballed," referring to Trump. Like, all they do on The View, they just present whatever the exact most extreme opposite possible of who Trump is. That's all they ever do. They got the numbers. They can see how many of their viewers watch virtually no other content, and they're never even going to hear the other side. So that's one of the most extreme ones. She said deballed, and one of the other ones said castrated. But my favorite word, which they didn't use, is neutered. Like, yo, I played a bunch of PvP games online. Like, I crushed fools for decades when I had the time to play some games. And you know what? I don't care how good your suit looks. I don't care what boards of fucking Congress you're appointed to or how important people think your position is. Delegated authority. Merit-based. You guys want to operate over positional authority? You think I should give a fuck how you want to try to excuse your candy ass for not doing your goddamn job? All those Republicans on that House Oversight Committee explaining why they couldn't do their fucking jobs? You a bunch of neutered noobs. If you got on a video game that had PvP, you get rick-rolled and murdered and have to travel back to loot your corpse for years before you ever got a kill shot in any RPG or massively multiplayer online role-playing game. You a bunch of neutered noobs for the Vatican. I'm highly suspicious if that's what you really are. Yeah, I'm nearly certain. And many, many more dozens of them over the years, still alive in Washington. Good old boy, dick, cunt, revolving door system. Neutered noobs, do not play a PvP online video game in your lives. You'll definitely get murdered trying that.
Hi, doggy. Nice doggy. Here, boy. Come on. Hi, Philip. Hey!
Don't run!
What?
Walk away slowly.
He tried to bite me.
Never try to pet an animal you don't know. He may be lost, sick, or scared.
You mean he might be dangerous?
That's right. If we don't know, we leave him alone.
And we don't get bit. Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
Look! Smoke! Let's get out of here! Ow!
Don't go out that door.
It's barbecue!
You might let in poisonous gases. Stuff something under the door. And stay low. That way you avoid the heat and gases that rise upward. Remember, if a fire breaks out in your home, always test the door first. If it's hot, find another exit or yell for help.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
Let's get out of here! I'm staying. I'm not a scaredy cat.
No, but you could be a dead cat.
Deep six.
Quick, swim to shore. At even the hint of a thunderstorm, get right out of the water.
Thanks. Your advice is electrifying.
If this happens again, you'll know what to do.
Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
Look, the storm knocked down that big wire.
Hey, let's jump our bikes over it.
Now, we better move it off the road.
No, you better leave that power line right where it is. There's enough electricity there to fry an elephant.
We didn't think it was dangerous.
You'd have found out too late. Remember, never play around electrical wires or you could be playing with fire.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
Hey, Joey, watch this! Davey, come back! The ice can break! You're breaking my heart! Ah! Help me!
Hold Hold it! Don't go on the ice! You'll only add more weight!
Snow job!
Find something that'll reach!
This branch ought to work.
Remember, frozen ponds and rivers may not be totally frozen.
We could be skating on thin ice.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
You okay?
My nose is bleeding. Put your head back.
That's the wrong play.
Footloose.
Pinch your nose closed and lean forward. If it doesn't stop in 5 minutes, we'll pack your nose with gauze and pinch it closed for 10 more minutes. If it's still bleeding, then see a doctor.
The bleeding stopped. Now we know how to stop a nosebleed.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
We shouldn't be in here. Let's go.
Okay, follow me. What's the matter, you chicken?
I can't jump that far.
Okay, chicken, I'm leaving you here. Use your head, Sally.
Lady J.
There's nothing chicken about being smart. If you stop and think, there's almost always a better way.
I use this plank
That's using your head.
instead of losing it. Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
Hey, great treehouse. I built it in 2 days and I didn't even follow any plans. Why waste time?
Hold on!
Whoa!
Gotcha!
Quick kick! I guess I was in too big of a hurry.
Remember, anything worth doing is worth planning. If you don't plan,
You're out on a limb. Now I know.
and knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
Come on, throw it! Ow! Hey, I was saved! Ow! Let's get him!
Hold on there!
Cutter! They started it. We did not.
Well, fighting won't stop it. When people disagree, sometimes they need someone who's not involved to settle things.
Johnny could He's not rooting for either team.
Good thinking. Instead of fighting when you disagree, look for a better way.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
That's number one for sure. I ain't involved. Whose fault it is, who's responsible for the cover-up? Obviously, the majority of all of you in Washington are, though. Give me a fucking break. Think this is a game? Think this is a fucking game? You want to play a game? I'll show you a fucking game. I know how to play some games. Think it's a fucking game? Gain of function? You think it's a fucking game?